Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Officer 24/7. My name is Niharika Walia, and I'm with you with the specific area of CAIIB. Today, I'm going to talk about the specific topic of the CAIIB June 2025, the subjects and the passing criteria. Please let me know if I'm audible as well as clearly visible. Everybody, first of all, please share the session, like the session, and subscribe to the channel right away. And now let's talk about a very important area. Chali, I think I'm audible. Everyone, please go ahead and like the session if this is helpful for you, and subscribe to the channel, please. Okay. Now, starting with the specific area, that what is the passing criteria and what are the subjects for this examination? Okay. Acha. When we talk about the examination, everyone, we have four different subjects which are compulsory, and there is one particular subject which is elective, and among them we have five options. So let's talk about the compulsory subjects. In your subjects, you have paper one, that is your advanced bank management. Second is your bank financial management. First is ABM, second is BFM. ABM is somewhat theoretical as well as practical. There are certain parts of ABM which would include your statistical area, and HR is also there, HRM is also there. So I think ABM is basically a very balanced subject. It has statistical area along with a theoretical area. Then comes the BFM. BFM is one of the most technical subjects of all in terms of CAIIB as well as JAIIB. BFM is extremely lengthy, and at the same time there are many complex financial terms that you will find in BFM. So in BFM you have A and B module which are more practical based, C and D module which are more theory based. So there is again a balance, a part which is pure practical, a part which is pure theory. That gives you a little piece ki theek hai na, you can actually just continue with the particular preparation with a little twist of theory as well as practical. Then comes ABFM. This is one particular subject that I teach. ABFM is an area where I can say there are four modules: A, B, C, D. A and D are pure theory. B plus C is pure practical. Beauty, more of the paper comes from A and D, and that means more theory can be prepared well. But ऐसा नहीं होता, this doesn't happen that the examination would be purely based upon A and D. You can still expect that if 20 marks are from 25 to 30 marks are from A and D each, so the remaining part is obviously going for B and C. And B and C have a blend of practical part and the MCQ questions again, which are based upon the practical area. That's the beauty of this specific area, that ABFM is really a subject which talks about the financial area, which is again connected with BFM. And pata hai, a part of ABFM is also from your JIIB AFM. Right. Then the last part is your BRBL. BRBL is basically pure law based. There are 25 acts covered in it. Again, a very scoring subject. I have seen bankers scoring extremely good numbers in BRBL, and they say yes, that BRBL is one of the easiest subjects. That can also be because of the faculty that we have there, Nikita ma'am. So then, but still, overall, when I talk about all these subjects, toughest one is BFM, and then we have ABM, ABFM are on the same line, and BRBL is the one that most of the bankers say is the easiest among them. Okay, next part is this is all that was uh, theoretically, which was a part of your normal subjects, matlab the ones which are compulsory in nature. What about the ones which are not compulsory, or there is the last subject, which is your fifth subject, has optional? This is one particular area. I think I've heard from my bankers a lot that, ma'am, which particular elective paper I should choose, which is the best one for me. I think this is one particular answer that you can actually answer on your own. See, if someone asks me that, Niharika ma'am, if you are giving me CAIIB examination, which among the following will you choose? My answer would be I'll go for HRM. If someone asks me the reason, I would say I studied HRM when I was in plus one. Since plus one, after completing, I've done two bachelorates, I'm masters, and I've done CA Inter. Then I've gone for the UGC NET. Comparing to all the education that I've done, along with this, I've appeared for competitive examinations as well. See, this is what I'm talking about, my studies, my way of studying. When I talk about all the degrees and the things that I've done, In my subjects, HRM is one of the subjects which was there. So if I talk about HRM here, it would mean that I have to work lesser if I go for this examination. Anybody who is from this specific area itself, you have done MBA, you have done CA, you have done CS, you have done commerce and plus one, plus two, or you did your BCom there, or you were a management student at any point of time, you've done BBA. HRM is something which is easier for you. The people who are actually in the HR department, again, HRM is the one which is meant for you. Then all the people who are from the economics background, studied economics thoroughly, are in masters in economics. Rural banking is something which will help you. Central banking is for the hardcore people who are into the practicality of banking a lot. The people who are from the engineering department, the people who are into the computer science area, information technology and digi banking is your area. Risk management is for all those people who have gone for the share market, who have idea about the capital market altogether. So I think I would say regarding the CIB elective examination, it is always based upon the specific area, ki what kind of questions you can expect, and are you even ready for all those specific things. To be very honest, everyone, when you prepare for this examination, you need to know what is your background. If you know about your background properly, then going for the examination is definitely going to help you further, isn't it? Okay. Then one of the basic areas, everyone, please do not follow anything else. It's the IIBF module from where the examination comes. Even the numerical questions they put from the illustrations only. Why to go for XYZ specific Google based notes that you are getting? Or now people are start going for AI as well. AI doesn't give you the correct answer every time. So technically when you are preparing, please do not follow anything else other than your IIBF modules, please. Next, so this was a date sheet. How does it things work in terms of your examination for this year? See, normally they have given a little breather every time it changes. Huh? Just say for example, at this point of time, ABM and BFM are basically having 1 week difference. 1 week difference is also for ABFM. Then BRBL and elective paper are back to back. So in one particular week, you will be going for both the examinations because on one day it is and the next day is also there. So this is one particular challenging area when you're preparing for this examination, that this happens. Last year what happened? The last attempt was ABFM plus BRBL. They were together. This is also a troublesome area. Okay, there is one lengthy subject and then BRBL. In one particular attempt, there was BFM and ABFM together. These examinations having in this manner is quite dangerous. Otherwise, I think when I say dangerous, that's because a lot of learning in one particular week, and that too you are working as well. You have families, you have kids, you have n number of things going on in your office, that becomes overwhelming. So this particular attempt, this is what I see, this was a good one. So in 2025, you never know how they're going to prepare their particular area, but be prepared. Huh? What kind of examination pattern you are gonna see. The elective is at the end and these four are first. One more thing, when you're preparing, pata hai, even in the scientific manner, if you look at it, na, they say when you solve things on the tablets, or you solve things with your calculators, that is something that human mind doesn't remember that much. You write something, you practice something on your notebook with your pen and paper. That is something you will always remember. Right, if I talk about myself only, I am into the field of accounting for a good number of years. I've been teaching from the last 8 9 years. So think about it, my 8 9 years of teaching plus my study part, uh, all that we had before COVID, even if I talk about right now, so we have pen tab and everything that we solve questions here. For years, what we did was we followed the notebook and pen concept, following all those questions in the notebook, solving them up, and then doing it on the boards or doing it anywhere else. But the core is starting from your pen and notebook. Why don't we actually sit down and prepare our own notes? Why do we have to look forward towards quick notes on online basis? Because you never know what important thing they are missing. And even if you follow the book, maybe this can happen that you're not underlining things properly. So you have to be very opened up to the fact that you have to sit down and solve the questions, whatever it is, theory, practical, everything. So you should be preparing your quick notes with your own hands. Just write down the things, one sentence, two sentence, something that you can read by the end. These things might look very difficult in the beginning, but trust me, on the longer term, this is always something which will be helpful. Anyhow, next part, do not really restrict yourself to theory, and there are people who restrict themselves to numerical part. Some people love theory, some people love practical part. So people are like, Acha nahi, I want to do the theory, ma'am. Then there are certain people who would say, nahi, ma'am, I am happy with the practical part. It doesn't matter what you're looking forward to. You have to choose both. How can I say that probably I would like to eat, but I don't want to sleep? You need to eat and you need to sleep. Both the things are there. Same thing goes with theory and numerical. If you want to clear the examination, where is it written that the paper would be pure theory or pure practical? They are going to give you questions which are uh, in saying it is all theory, but if you know the practical part only, you can solve the theory. At that point of time, what will you do? How will you classify those kind of questions? So do not have that particular restriction ki nahi, I think I'll be restricting myself only to theory, only to practical. No, don't do that. Just be very open to the fact that yes, if I have to do something, I will deal with it in a very beautiful manner. I'll balance with both theory and practical. And then I'm sorry, next part is read between the lines. When we talk about read between the lines, what does it mean, everyone? Read between the lines matlab, do not just read anything for the sake of it. Read the particular questions carefully. Read the particular paragraphs carefully. If you know the paragraph, you know the answer. If you know the paragraph, you know the how to deal with it. If you know what is written in the book, what kind of illustrations are there, what kind of examples are there. But that they have started giving questions. This particular example is taken into an MCQ form, and then MCQ is asked, this particular MCQ is based upon this particular chart. Where is it from? That chart was specified. For example, Gantt chart, random I'm taking up. Statistical charts exist. The statistical charts are used to analyze the data. That particular question is basically given in one part of analysis in the book. In the sensitivity analysis, if they have given the different patterns, they give an MCQ over that particular thing. Who will remember it? The one who has actually read in that particular sensitivity analysis, like, "Achha, this particular topic is given in this particular area." So they have to be very opened up to what kind of questions are being asked and how are we looking forward to it. Your approach has to be very clear. That is, you have to read between the lines. Next part, again, this is the last important area, that is, what is the passing criteria for the exam, everyone? The passing criteria for the examination is if you're giving only one exam, two exam, or not giving all the five, then you have to score 50 marks minimum in that particular subject that you're appearing in. If you're not giving matlab you're not giving individual examinations, or you are going for all the examination at once, then you have to have 45 marks minimum in each subject, and your total should be 50%. Matlab in your examination you have to score, your total is 500 na, as per the 4 compulsory and 1 optional subject, everyone. You have got 4 compulsory and 1 optional. You've got 5 subjects. That means you've got 500 marks. You need to score a total of 250 marks, and each specific paper you should score minimum 45. Okay, below 45 you'll be failing if you score above 45. But if you score, so what can happen is there are people who are scoring very good marks, 70 marks in BFM, and sorry, 70 marks in BRBL, and I've seen people scoring good number of 70s 60s marks in ABFM as well as ABM and ABFM in both the areas. So then the people who find BFM tough, if you score 49 50 in BFM and in the other examinations you are scoring more, then your aggregate is not a problem for you. So that can be your approach कि ठीक है ना, I'll be working hard on BFM, but I'll be working harder on other subjects so that I can clear the examination in a proper manner, because BFM is lengthy and most of the bankers find it a little tough. So when you're preparing for this examination, be very open to that particular area, everyone. Okay, next part, there's a time limit. Candidates can have a maximum of 5 attempts to qualify this exam within a time frame of 3 years. You can give it 5 times in 3 years, and starting from the registration date, whatever registration date is, from that you can give a total of 5 attempts. Okay, and 3 or 5 attempts, whichever occurs earlier. Once your 5 attempts are over, it is registration is over, you have to re-register yourself. Okay, or then if 3 years are over, you have to re-register yourself. So when you are preparing, be open to all kind of learning. Do not leave your ideology of studying harder at this point of time, because ultimately when you're preparing for this examination, be very open to all the challenges that are coming upon you. ठीक है अच्छा everyone, before I end the session, just go through our website www.adda247.com. In this particular examination, if you're preparing for 2025, then this is one particular CAIIB June 2025 batches are out. Our increment batches out, which is for 2025, and this is the pro batch there. All the increment batches and their particular topics are specified here, everyone. Okay, so when you're preparing for this examination, be very open to it, please. And at the same time, all the subjects are added here. Preparing for this examination, just click on the particular area. Acha, one more thing, double validity is going on. Just click on the area of buy now, then use the code Y541 and then apply it, and you can get it for 6,500 rupees only. Don't forget to use the code and get the particular course right away, everyone. Thank you so much for being there. Good night. And if you're preparing for this examination, then prepare well. Thank you. And all